What's going on, y'all? I'm going to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, bam. So we're currently in that trade. We're about to look and see if there's any other setups we can jump in. Been a great week so far, though. Let's see something. We just had GPU news about an hour ago. We got another GPU news event in about 2 hours from now, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, so we got one at 5:30. But GPU news helped push price up, so we can hold this level. I want to see if we can break and hold 172.75. If we can do that, we can definitely see the uptrend continue. We've got a couple minutes until London session starts, though. GA ended up flying up just like EA. Called EA yesterday on yesterday's live. Was choppy all day yesterday. We hit a couple TPs, but didn't explode and break through until a couple hours ago during Tokyo session. So we're going to be watching gold. We're going to be watching the JPY pairs. I got to add another level. We had New Zealand news last night as well. That caused price. Look at this daily candlestick. And this literally happened in like 15 minutes when the news event came out. So it looks like it's holding this level. So we're going to just watch this for today, most likely. And based on how it ends today, then we'll probably mess with it, start trading it tomorrow. But we're just going to let it settle and just see if it's going to reject back down or if it's going to hold this level. If so, we could possibly be seeing a reversal or buys. We're going to see because this is the second time price has rejected that level. Last time price did that, we entered those sells back down, and then the news just caused that huge pump to the upside. So we're going to leave that alone for right now. The main things that we're going to be watching today is the JPY pairs, of course, EA and GA because we're in that currently. And then we're going to be looking at gold and the indices. So we could be seeing possible reversals on NAS and SPX, and I'll explain that in just a second. I missed the intro on here. It started like an hour ago, so I'm going to wait for a retracement. But it's doing the exact same move that it did on Monday, but I missed the second entry on there. Had a nice sell on this. Caught a nice sell on this yesterday. Did a retest. It hit this level multiple times, but I was waiting for it to break this level. I didn't have an alert set off, so I missed that entry. But it's all good. It happens. So just join the stream. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free student room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and how we're doing so far this week. We're going to go over that in just a second. So the way NAS is looking, I want to see how it reacts to. I want to see it touch 13,630 first. And depending on if it respects that level or rejects it, depending on how it reacts when it retests 13,750, will determine if we're seeing a reversal or the uptrend continuing. But we did see a harsh rejection to the downside after 2 days in a row of it struggling to make a new high. So, and we do have some news events. We do have FOMC later today. Me and the members are going to be going live for that. And then we also have 9 a.m. GBP news. So we have 3 different GBP news events today. So it's going to be definitely an interesting day on the charts. But we're already up for the day right now. But we're going to see if we can get some more entries. Yes, sir. You already know. And then we can see it a lot clearer on SPX right here. It's rejecting that level. So we're going to hold this level. We might be looking for sells on the indices. Might just be looking for sales, but we're going to leave them alone for right now. Well, this session did just start, so we're going to go ahead and look at GJ, see what's going on there. Went for buys on this on Monday. I went over this buy setup with the members. I personally didn't enter this. I was holding EA and then managing the gold trade. But I did break this down with the members. We also went over this on the live yesterday, but it ended up playing out as expected. I got to fix this level. I moved it on accident. Let's see if it will fix itself. No, it's not. So I got to do it myself. Give me 1 second. Where did I have this level? I think I had it right here. There we go. But you can just tell by the wicks that it's extremely choppy, but it finally broke this level. So now the next target, if our uptrend is going to continue, we got to see if we can break and hold 172.75, which is definitely possible. But we do have a bunch of GBP news events. So it's either going to keep on pumping or we can see some possible fake outs. So like EA is doing some retracing. Yeah, so I'm currently still in there. I added a second position after it broke past the middle of the zone, did a retest once it broke back above here. I'm still holding this position, added a second position here. It's still climbing, so we're going to be targeting 64.20. We're going to see if we can hit that. That's the next target point on EA, but we're chilling deep in profit on that. Hit that first link description. Well, first, this is how we did yesterday. We went 1-0 yesterday. Me and the members had this gold trade. I got to fix that. I always do a typo because all TPs got hit. That's a typo. All TPs got hit. So let me fix that really quick. I'm about to see a magic trick. All TPs hit. All right, bam. Yeah, so all TPs got hit on there. So we got 2,000 pips on that gold sell. We'll show that in a second. The EA, TP3 got hit. We got 20 pips. Obviously, we're up way more than 20 pips now. As we can see when we scroll down, you can see the final TPs got hit here during Tokyo session. So that's the EA play. And then we also took this gold sell right here, me and the members, which was the original entry here. So the full move was a nice 1 to 2 risk rewards. We made a little bit over 2 times our risk on this entry. And then EA currently, I'm waiting for that to retest, but I don't think it's going to retrace. But if it does, we're going to be on it. But we missed that entry. And looking at EA currently, the first position is currently at a 1 to 2 risk rewards. We're up 2 times our risk on this trade as well. And I added a second position, and so far this position, I'm up exactly what I'm risking. So I'm up 3 times what I'm risking so far in this position. So right now we're just basically waiting on GJ to either retrace or break the level above it. We're going to leave the New Zealand pairs alone for now because it did a huge shot up to the upside, and that was during Tokyo session. So we're going to let it do its thing for a little bit. I might mess with it during New York, but I'd rather pay attention to gold and the indices and try to get some setups on those. So that's going to be the game plan there. I'll put a wick right here. Let's just join the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. We're just looking at the charts right now, trying to see what setups there are. But a lot of these pairs got some retracements to do before we can mess with them. We're currently deep in profit on EA though, but we're just chilling right now. Yeah, so we're going to be waiting. I want to see a retest before I consider a sell, but if it holds that lowest resistance, I'm not going to be against going for a sell here. So we're going to let it come back and see what it does. Let me see what these other pairs are up to. We got another GBP news event in a couple of hours. The main pairs we're going to be watching this stream is going to be GJ, We're going to be managing our EA trade. We might look at GA also. And then we're watching gold to see what's going to retrace for us or not. And then we're watching the indices as well. But the indices got some retracing to do also. As far as news today, we already had New Zealand news pop off last night. Just go on any of the New Zealand pairs, you can see the huge burst up or down depending on the pair. Then we got GBP news at 5:30 EST. Then at 9 a.m. we got some more GBP news. And then we have FOMC at 2 p.m. Me and the members are going to be going live at 2 p.m. for that. But we're just going to be chilling for right now. So it broke this level. It looks like it's going to possibly hold this level. But we want to either wait for the retracement, which I was waiting for last night. As you can see, it rejected this level multiple times. But I was waiting for it to hit this daily level, which it eventually did. But I wasn't looking at the pair. I didn't have my alert on. So nothing I can do about that. You're going to miss opportunities every now and then. Can I check US30? Yeah, we can check it out. I mean, if I was to go for buys, well, these levels aren't updated. But if I was going for buys, I personally would wait until price hits between 32,940 and 32,870 price range, because that's the next support resistance level. So if I was to go for buys, I'd wait for price to hit that level there, or if it can break and hold back above 33,340. But as of now, as we can see, literally the past few days and all this week, it's been rejecting, dropping to the downside. And if we're on the the daily and 4 hour, nothing's really showing us any new highs being made. So I wouldn't even look for buys right now. But if I would, I'd be waiting for a price to hit the next support level, which would be down here. But honestly, I'd rather not even trade US30. I'd rather trade NAS over US30. NAS has got a lot cleaner structure than US30. US30 is kind of just a choppy mess. You know what I'm saying? We look at NAS a lot cleaner. We caught some nice moves on NAS and SPX last week. Not as choppy, pretty clear and concise. So, and I mentioned this before. The members, you should already know this, but US30 NAS and SPX, they kind of move the same. They don't move the same all the time, but they move kind of the same. So if one pair is messy and choppier than the other, you can always just go between pairs and see what looks the best, right? Because we're on the small time frame right here. Just look at the structure here. And then we're going to go to US30 SPX. You can see a similar structure even on the smaller time frames. The bigger time frames are going to look a lot different because US30 is 3 times the amount of NAS, and the NAS is like 3 times the amount of SPX. So the levels, the key price levels are going to be a little bit off, and the market structure, especially on the bigger time frames, is going to be different. But when you go down to the smaller time frames, they look like almost exactly the same. So I'd always go between the three. Just look for the one that has the cleanest looking structure on the bigger time frames, and then just go on that. That's what I would personally do. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's just join the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. Still holding EA from yesterday that we called on yesterday's live. Let's see what else is going down. Let's look at EJ also. Well, I was looking at CJ. Let's look at see what CJ is up to. Because I had this marked off too. I forgot to set the alert on it. I think priority bounced off that level. Well, it's actually right at a decent entry point. I me fix the stop loss. So yeah, so this is at a decent entry point. Very clearly bullish, broke back above this high, nice rejection wick. Yeah, so we want to see how this 15 ends. We got a couple minutes on this. So we're going to keep an eye on CJ. I'm going to put this on the other screen. We'll just join the stream. I'll see how we did last week and how we're doing so far this week. Hit that first link in the description. Join the free seminar and free Telegram so you can check that out yourself. We're going to pull it back up in a little bit, but right now I'm just trying to pay attention to these charts. Make sure we don't miss anything. We're in one trade currently, looking for some other positions. Yeah, let me know, Dizzy, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because I know a lot of people like to trade US30, but you know, same thing with NAS or SPX. Sometimes, you know, they're just kind of choppy and messy. And again, when you want to trade, you want to go for high probability setups with the cleanest, especially the cleanest structures on the bigger time frames, because if they're choppy on the bigger time frames, it's going to be a lot of a bigger struggle for it to break the choppiness and levels of traffic to even hit your TP or SL, depending on, you know, what direction it ends up going. It's kind of what happened with the EA trade we're currently in. We can talk about that in a little. We can talk about that right now, actually. So EA, I broke this down yesterday. Waited for confirmations, and you know how now we're here. So if you go to yesterday's live, you know you'll understand what was going on. But we're just going to bigger time frame. We were going for sales here. We was catching all these buys here, and as you can see, price was dropping. We're catching these sells. It failed to make a new low. We hit the strong support resistance level. It failed multiple weeks to make a new low. It tried multiple times. So when I saw that, you got to think what is most likely going to happen. Since it failed multiple days to make a new low, and we're on this key support resistance level, it made sense for price to reject this level and push to the upside. Now, again, the reason why I was struggling to even break that level was because of that strong support resistance level. And as we can see here, we see all these wicks here. We see multiple times here as being treated as support, multiple times here as being treated as support and resistance. And then when we go on a smaller time frame, we can see that there's a strong wall of price here that it was struggling to break. So like I always say, when there's low volume, it's just going to play kind of pinball, which is exactly what went down yesterday. We hit like TP2 multiple times, bounce, 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 rejected multiple times. And then after this attempt, it finally, nice smooth staircase, finally broke the highs to the left. Then it's still struggling a little bit to continue to climb up. And then eventually when volume picked up, it exploded with this huge engulfing candle, retested, and now we're seeing a small little staircase to the upside. So as long as you go with the flow and direction of price on a bigger time frame, you will always have a higher chance and likelihood of price going your way, even if it's taking a little longer than usual. And that actually took multiple positions on this. It got wicked out multiple times, like some of the other members did as well, which is why it's always important to be watching your charts while in the trade. I had a few members hit me up in the group chat asking about it. Sent them a screenshot showing exactly what I look for when I'm in trades. The main reason why I entered and held a long position after getting wicked out here is because, as we can see here, this blue highlighted line, we can clearly see here how it's being treated as resistance, clearly see here as being treated as support, clearly see here as being treated as support, resistance. So as I saw here that each time it retested, it kept on bouncing back up to the upside and respecting the support. That was showing me that there are signs that price is still having some bullish momentum. So all I had to do was just be patient and wait, because again, we don't control price. There's no set time limit for a trade to, you know, go. Some days we hit all TPs in an hour, some days in 4 hours, some days it takes a day, some days it takes 2 days. It honestly just depends on the market conditions. But as long as you go with the overall flow and direction of price, you will have a higher likelihood of it going your way, no matter how long it takes. So now we're pumping nice deep in profit on that. New 15 started. Let me see what's going on. Let's keep this right here. See what's going on. Yeah, but even with the small choppiness on a few pairs, there's still been some decent moves to catch because again, you don't need to enter a bunch of trades. You just got to make sure the trades you enter that you know you secure profits and close blue on, and that they're high probability trades and setups. But looking at this week, I want to assume the chart end today, especially on Thursday and Friday. It looks like a pretty normal Thursday and Friday. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Go back to NAS and see what NAS is up to. Yeah, so we're waiting on a retest right now, but I am looking at sell, especially how it went down yesterday, how it just dropped all day. Huge engulfing candle in the bigger time frames, specifically the daily. So that's showing me signs that there's a high likelihood that we're going to see a reversal. But we also have F1C today, so that can also cause price to push back up and continue to uptrend because on the bigger time frame, we are still technically bullish. So we do have to keep that in mind. What was I about to pull up? Yeah. Yeah, so I got to add another level on this. BA is pushing up nicely. I should be nice and blue on this trade right here. Yeah, makes sense. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right, cool. That's a bet. And so I do trade order blocks. Um, I have a specific buy sell limit strategy that's in my course. By the way, the course revamp, I'm editing it up right now, but I did finish recording everything. That is dropping soon, by the way. But in the course, I do have a sell buy limit strategy that I use order blocks for. But I also use order blocks as a reference. But you know, some people also call them engulfing candles. Now, if you mean, do I trade them? I don't like specifically enter off of them, but I do understand, you know, how they work. So I do keep that in mind when I'm considering a position, or I keep in mind a price level to look out for. That way, you know, when I'm in a trade, I'm not shocked or surprised when there's a retracement. So, but you know, like, but as far as actually, no, my bad. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I thought you was talking about imbalances. Order blocks, I really don't care too much about order blocks. My bad. I was confusing imbalances with order blocks. Order blocks, no, I don't really trade off order blocks. I used to back in the day, but not anymore. I might still coincidentally do it, but I just trade off on these key price levels and just go with the direction and flow of price. And as you can see right now, we basically caught this entire daily candlestick, and London session just started. What's going on, gaming? I see you in here. It's I would say this, like I would not recommend trading strictly off order blocks because again, that's just another like small little pattern coincidence someone like recognized. What I always and what I drill into everybody's head is, especially the members, is learn how to read the market, not try to find one quick little pattern. You know, don't look at this wedge right here. Like, no, you shouldn't be trying to search for little patterns. You should understand how to read the chart. Because you understand how to read a chart and you know where price is going at all times, that cuts out a lot of confusion and it increases your win rate. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, you know, I don't use any indicator. Stop relying on indicators. We're going to use an indicator. Use it as extra confirmation, if that. Don't use it as a determination whether you go for a buy or sell. You should, like, you know what I'm saying, you should only use that if you need like an extra confirmation. But honestly, you should just take the time to learn how to read the charts. All right, because the chart only does three things. You know, price only does three things. It's either in an uptrend, it's either in a downtrend, or a sideways market, right? Now, within these, that's where they come up with all these stupid patterns and all this crap. But this is what price does. It's either an uptrend, downtrend, or it's an arranging sideways market. So all you got to do is figure out which one of these three prices in. Once you understand that, you know what you're going for, buy or sell. Once you understand that, you got to identify the key price levels. Then you just patiently wait for a price to break or retest whatever price level you're looking for. calculate your lot size, make sure your risk to reward is good, enter the trade, let the trade do its thing. It's that simple. And it's just rinse and repeat. Because there's also this: you trade based off the candlesticks. So wouldn't it make sense to learn how to read the candlesticks when you make money or lose money based on the direction price goes? So that's why I always tell people, like, because I get people that message me, what these patterns are, like stuff like that. And honestly, it's another language to me. And I also be like, you don't really need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I go about things. And I got videos on my channel that kind of break down how to read the charts. Like, if you watch any of my trade breakdowns, like, I explain in depth what I looked for, what made me go for the trade, all that good stuff. It's not really just me like showing off my profits to try to sell something to you. I'm actually breaking down and explaining the exact setup. That way you can look for similar setups and similar trades on your own. So I definitely suggest checking those out. And matter of fact, let me drop some in the channel while we're chilling. But before we do that, let me look at these other pairs before I get sidetracked. Let's see what these other pairs are up to. Gold still got some work to do, so we're gonna leave that alone. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. We're still holding the trade that we entered yesterday. We're in this EA trade right here. Hit the first link description, join the free signal room, free Telegram. You can see that for yourself. I'm going to pull it up on the chart in a second, but make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so we still got some stuff to do. All right, so a video I would suggest watching, especially if you're trying to learn how to read the charts, understand the charts, would be, let me find it. Okay. How to identify the trend. And of course, those that's watching the recording of the stream, like always, I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all know exactly what video when you hit the profile to scan and look for. All right. This is the video I start off with watching because, again, price is always going to give you hints. You just have to understand what you're looking at. And of course, when you first start trading, this stuff looks, you don't know what you're looking at. It can be overwhelming for some. I completely understand. But one thing I did, because again, I had to learn this all on my own. And one thing that helped me was simply like just watching the charts, like observing the charts, like watching each candlestick, going to different time frames, seeing what each candlestick looks like on different time frames, seeing how the structure is different on different time frames. And eventually I started to know coincidences while I'm testing. And then I started marking off the coincidences, started, back testing, trying things out on the demo. Then, that's when I first started discovering the strategy. Then, I had to tweak some things, add some things, practice this for 3 months straight before going on a live account. After I was profitable for 3 months straight, a whole quarter, that's when I started trading on a live account. Then soon after that, that's when I started the playbook. But it's very simple, all right? Price is always giving you hints. Like, every one of these candlesticks is formed the way it is for a reason. It's not just something random. Price, every candlestick is created that way for a reason. And every candlestick, while you watch it and after the fact, will kind of leave you a story of basically what went down and or what price is trying to do. You just got to know what you're looking at. All right. So one way, and I actually dropped a video on my Instagram and TikTok on this. Make sure to follow me on that. Let me put that on the screen. Playmaker_way is the Instagram. Playmaker way is the TikTok. I post daily on both pages. Some stuff I can't post on TikTok, so I post that on Instagram, and vice versa. Some stuff I can't post on Instagram, so I post on TikTok. So make sure to follow me on both. But one thing you can always do when back testing is just simply just start where price is currently at, right? So we're going to go, I like to use GN as a good example. But before we do this, let me go scan through these pairs really quick to make sure we're not missing anything. All right, right, let me see something. All right, cool. We're just chilling. We're chilling. Let's see what this one's doing. All right, cool. So I like to use GN as an example. We're going to go on a naked chart though. And one thing you can do is just start where price is currently at, right? So just start where price is currently at. You see the red dotted line, that's where price is currently at. So what I like to do is first just identify where you see price repeatedly react the same way. Off rip, we can see a few things, right? We see here, price didn't just coincidentally hit this level, reject, hit the same level, reject. So when you see stuff, again, because there's no such thing as coincidences on the charts and in real life. So when you see something like this, all you gotta do is mark it off really quick, right? Then when you zoom out, you're gonna start seeing more quote unquote coincidences. We see here how price is rejecting this level. We see here how price is treating the same level as support. You see here how price is treating this level of support and resistance. Now you're starting to put pieces of the puzzle together. Another thing that I like to mark off is when you see price hit a level and then start a huge rejection, or vice versa, hit a level, start a huge rejection to the upside. So we see that here. Price did a nice dive, hit this level, boom, rejected. We also see this happen here. Price hit this level, boom, rejected. So now you're putting pieces of the puzzle together. And now you can kind of see how it's doing this over and over and over and over again. And it's, it's just that simple. Now, of course, there's other things that you got to put into it, like, timing, patience, lot size. Then you got to be making sure you're trading off the correct levels. And, you got to be also, just because you have these levels marked off, you still need to determine whether to go for a buy or sell, right? But then we also see here, that's kind of for the smaller time frame. So there's a lot of things you have to do, but you just have to start and you just got to play around. That's what you just got to do. But there's no coincidences. It's not just random candlesticks being formed. You just got to know what you're looking at. You just got to know what you're looking at. See what EA's up to. So I'm watching these other pairs, but they still got some retracing to do. So we're just going to be enjoying this push to the upside, and we're just going to be chilling. Deep in profit on this trade. We're up currently. Let's see how many pips we're up on this. And if that makes sense, y'all, make sure to hit that like button. All right. Because again, like, if that's on any pair, just go on your chart. You're going to start seeing this same reactions, same support resistance levels for yourself. But let me go ahead and calculate this really quick. Because the entry was 6290. We're at 6395. Yeah, so we're up 100 pips right now. Chilling. So we're up 100 pips on this trade right now. I got 2 positions in. Looking to see, I'm watching gold, but gold still got some work to do. It literally started the move right before London session, like an hour before, and it's still pushing down. So we're either just going to wait for price to hit the next price level or the retracement. As far as the other currency pairs, the GN news, not the GN news, the New Zealand pair news, the New Zealand news caused a huge push to the upside, and it's just been flying since then. So I am personally just going to leave this alone for the day, see what happens with the other 2 GBP news events going on, see how it reacts during New York, and see how the candlestick closes. And then based on how it closes for the day, then I'll determine what positions I'm going to put on it tomorrow and Friday. Because again, you don't have to enter every pair every day. It's okay sometimes to just leave a pair alone and wait for, the next higher probability setup. Because again, that's why people say, trading is gambling. Of course, you're going to think it's gambling if you're just repeatedly just throwing your money into random trades, saying, let's see what this happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Instead of being picky and wise with what trades you enter. Like, okay, you see me scan through all these pairs, And then I don't take trades on all these pairs. No, I go through all these pairs and I pick like a handful out of the pairs that have the cleanest looking setups and are at key price levels that I like. Then I patiently wait for those setups to come. Then I enter. It's the same thing you guys got to do. Less is always more. And when you do that, that's how your win rate can be so high, because you're not, because a lot of people's win rate be low because they literally just enter off everything or they rush to enter trades. But if you just patiently wait, you know, you see the results. But yeah, so I'm personally leaving the New Zealand pairs alone for the day. That's just me though. Let me catch up to the comments. I'm still looking at other pairs on my other screen, but they still got some work to do. So we're going to let them do their thing for now. We're just showing the stream. We're just holding EA trade that we entered yesterday. We're up over 100 pips currently. Deep blue in profit. Make sure that first link description, join the free Telegram, free signal room, so you can see for yourself how we're doing. We're going to pull that up in just a second, actually. All right, bet. So this is how we did yesterday. We took one trade yesterday. Gold, all TP7 got 2,000 pips. EA, TP3 got hit 20 pips. We're up that, and as you can see, the rest of the TPs got hit last night during Tokyo session. So we're up 100. Then if we scrub a little further, you can see how we did on, what was this, Monday or Tuesday? The 22nd. This was our gold trade. TP4 got hit 600 pips, and we caught this GJ trade. All TPs they caught 110 pips. Went 2-0 on that day. And then last week we went 13-1 with a 92% win rate, catching a total of 26,987 pips. Monday we caught 4,643 pips. Tuesday we caught 12,691. Wednesday we caught 2,400. Thursday we caught 7,030, and then Friday we caught 223 pips. And if you click right here, it'll take you to the very top. You'll see my personal entry and SL on every trade, the TPs. You can see how people viewed or entered the trade, reactions when the TPs got hit, screenshots of the trades, and of course at the end of every day in the week I do a recap on how many TPs got hit, the trades we took with the members and the free Telegram, then of course the total of the pips. But yeah, it's been a great month. It was a little slow, but you know, that's kind of how it is the first week of the month. But things picked up quickly after that. We can see the second week we went 10-1 with the 90% win rate. And then the first week, we still went positive 7-2 with a 77% win rate. And then how we did last month, I probably scrolled too far. It's the 7th, the 5th. So I got to scroll up higher then. Give me 1 second, y'all. But you hit that first link, you can explore this as well. I'm trying to see where I left the tally. Okay, here it is. So last month in April, we went 47-5 for the entire month with a 92% win rate, caught a total of 108,600 pips. 90,850 of those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. You scroll to the 30th where you'll be able to see this. You click right here, it's going to take you to the very top. And then you can see the first week went 12 with the 80% win rate. Then you click here, then you can see all the trades, all that good stuff. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. We're deep in profit on this trade. We're waiting on some retracements on the other trades. I mean, other pairs. Off to a good start for the day already. Yes. Yes, hit the first link and you'll see that this was a trade that was called yesterday. And we're deep in profit on that currently. So hit that first link, you'll be able to see that. Called this trade yesterday. Was choppy. Finally broke the levels last night during Tokyo session. But you see the reaction, see how people viewed or entered it. You see right here, we're in this trade. The first position's at a 1-to-2 risk to reward. The second position, I'm up almost 2 times my risk on the second position, and we're just chilling on that. And as far as how to count pips, I have a video on my channel literally titled How to Count Pips. I go over how to count pips on gold, indices, currency pairs, and on funded prop firm accounts as well. So if you're interested in learning how to count pips, which everybody should, you should not be trading if you don't know how to count pips, because you don't know how to count pips. That's like, I don't even know how to compare that. Like, it's one of the essential things. Like, that's how you make or lose money. So I'd highly suggest learning how to do so. Gold and consolidation. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if you just jumped in, but I was talking about it earlier. It already did a quick move. I missed the entry on it. It started about an hour before the stream. So all it's doing is just a retracement. All right. So if y'all are going to trade, I highly suggest to go on this website right here called TradingView. They got an app, but if you got a computer, I recommend being on a computer. Now you don't need what these BS traders be showing. They got 50 monitors. Well, let's be more realistic. They got like 4 or 5 monitors. You don't need that. You just need a laptop. You just need a mouse to hook it up with so you can scroll and zoom out. That's all you need. Don't need nothing crazy. You just need a laptop. That's it. And laptops, you can get a cheap one for like $100, $200. But you need to be on TradingView at least. If you're on your phone on MT4, MT5, or if you're on a 5-minute time frame, do yourself a favor and get off that time frame. You need to be looking on the bigger time frames. You only need to go on the smaller time frames to see exactly what price is doing at that time. But you shouldn't be on the smaller time frame seeing what price is doing and then trying to determine if it's bullish, bearish, or in consolidation. You need to be on the bigger time frames so you understand the overall direction and flow of price. All right. And I also got a video on my channel. I'm going to link it right here. But it's literally titled, I think it's called let me find it really quick. But I go over the tools I use on TradingView daily on the stream. So I do suggest checking that video out as well once we get off this live. So let me find that so I can link that for y'all. Give me 1 second. Where is it? I got all these videos. Oh, I can just search it. My bad. I'm tripping. Tools. All right, here it is. And it's called Top 5 Tools You Need to Use on TradingView. For those watching the recorder, it's called Top 5 Tools You Need to Use on TradingView. I'm about to link it right now. But I go over all 5 of these tools. I show you where to look for them at. I show you why I use them, how to use them. I even show you how to bookmark it, everything like that. So definitely check that out. Can I show you the advanced group chat? I sure can. I got you. I got you. Let me just slide this to the left. And then let me put this on a pair that we're in so I can pay attention while I do this. But yeah, I can show you the advanced play signal room. Got you right now. So this is the advanced play signal room currently. Whoops, let me scroll down. There we go. So this is advanced play signal room. You see the date is 23rd. So we scroll up here every day, like I talk about in the free Telegram every day. I post a New York price watch list where I go over projects going into New York. I go over price points. I break down what we're looking for, I do a full chart analysis. And of course, when certain moves pop off, I'll respond to it. We talked about GJ, like I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. GJ ended up shooting up. I was talking about this GJ position right here. I was also talking about this on yesterday's live for those that was in yesterday's live. But I was talking about this GJ position right here. So again, I'm only going to post trades I personally enter, but there's always other opportunities. And sometimes I'm not going to enter every trade opportunity because, I have my own trading plan. And sometimes people just miss a trade. It happens. People at work or you just didn't get the notification, or sometimes the move happened a little too quick. So I always go over all possible opportunities I see. That way people can take more trades so they can meet their trading plan and or make up for trades that they missed. So I post that daily, as we're going to see here. This is the gold sell that I was talking about earlier. You can see the screenshot. This was my original position. This was my second and third position down here. Then if we go up here, you can see the signal, you see the reactions. This was the trade. You see the date. If you guys want to look for this yourself, just go on the chart, go to the 22nd. Entry was 1975. Rode this past 1964 to around 1954, if I'm not mistaken. Caught over 2,000 pips on that. See my entry SL. You see when the TPs got hit. Then you see another price chart analysis. I dropped that daily. See, there's another one looking at trades we're currently in and possible setups going into New York. I always get updates. Here's another trade, members only. Same thing. See the entries. And then you can see the times. You see this is 8:02 p.m. EST. That's Tokyo session. Tokyo session strictly members only. And then they always going to get more trades than the free Telegram. And then we keep scrolling. You see another price chart watch list. Do that every day. You see the more of the trades. And again, you see the date right here, the 18th. Go to the free channel. You're going to see me talk about these trades. And then you see right here, these trades were called, TPs getting hit, all that good stuff. And then we just keep scrolling. You can see literally I do this every day. And then we go live during New York. We're actually going live today during FOMC. And I always record the live events. And that's the time y'all can ask me questions and stuff like that. Then right here, literally every live in Zoom is recorded. There's over 300 videos of the price watch list. The 30-minute plus videos are the New York lives or the Tokyo session lives. And then if you scroll a little bit farther, we have old lives. You used to be the in-depth the charts session for a year worth of content. Then we also have pinned messages. I have the account size handle, so nobody is over leveraging. Also in the group chat, I have a pinned message teaching you how to properly calculate your lot size to make sure that you're only risking what you want to risk per trade, and also to avoid you over leveraging. So that's the free channel. I mean, that's the advanced play signal room right there. Let's see what these other pairs are up to. Gold was pushing up. Let's see if it's back at our ideal entry point. It was kind of close. I want to see who retraced though. Let's go ahead and see what NAS is up to. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, and TikTok, I post on my story daily screenshots of the signals and screenshots of the trades in both the free channel and the advanced play signal room. And you can see some student testimonials and highlights on my Instagram page as well. Very transparent wins, losses, everything's posted. You even go on the free channel, you're going to see everybody happy when TPs got hit. And then you're going to see people upset when SLs get hit. Obviously, we win more than we lose, but losses are part of the game. And then also every day I post a disclaimer explaining how the TPs work, how you should go about trading in general, and all that good stuff. And most of the trades entered or called, we enter live, or I break them down on live. And then once, price gets hit that I'm looking for, then, I post them into the channel. So SPX just broke this level. So we're going to wait for it to retest on here to see if it can hold this level. And then we can possibly look for a sell here. I'd rather wait for a retracement up to around 41.55, 41.60 though, just to be on the safe side. But if it can retest and hold that level, I wouldn't be against the sell there either. This is a strong support resistance level here at 41.28 though, that we are going to have to keep in mind. Yeah, but EA is still pumping. So, like I said, our next target for those still holding this trade is going to be 64.20. We're going to see if we can hit that level there. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because not only do we live trade every day, but we got countless videos, from trade breakdowns to trading psychology videos, trading plan videos, account flip challenges. I even got a video on how to double your account in 2 weeks without over leveraging. I know that sounds crazy, but if you watch the video, you will see that it makes sense and it's possible. And I've actually shown that it's possible in that video, because in 3 days I made 50% of my account, and then in 6 days I doubled my account. So I actually did it in quicker than 2 weeks. And if you just go on the channel, it's literally called the 200 to 2,000 account flip challenge. There's a part 1 and part 2. I show screenshots. I show the trades we took. I break down why we went for the trades. It's very transparent and realistic, unlike other account flip videos where they're just trying to clickbait. So definitely check that out. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything during London session. We're just holding the trades from yesterday. Called this EA trade on yesterday's live. Deep in profit on this. I got 2 positions currently. Deep blue on those. We're over 100 pips in profit. Hit that first link in the description, free signal, free teller, and you can check that out and see that for yourself. Let me bring this back to the free Telegram. This is the EA play. You can see again, we broke this down in inches on yesterday's live, but those that didn't see yesterday's live, you go to the free channel, you can see our entry was 62.90, which was all the way down here. And then you see the final TP, which was 63.40, which was right here, got passed. And then we scroll down here, you can see the final TP got hit last night during the Tokyo session. And yeah, we're just chilling on that. As far as the other pairs go, we're just waiting on some retracements. But we do have a lot of news events coming up, so they're probably going to be just playing around until that comes. But we know we don't control price, so ain't nothing we can do but just patiently wait for those setups. But we are chilling deep in blue on this one, though. New 5-minute just started. We got about 10 minutes to the next 15 in the 4 o'clock hour. We want to see what that looks like. As far as news today, we had New Zealand news pop off last night, which caused a huge spike. Then at 2 a.m., right before London, we had GBP news, the CPI. And then in about an hour and a half, we got another GBP news event, governor speaking. And then at 9 a.m., we got another GBP news event. And then at 2 o'clock, we got FOMC meeting for the USD pairs. Hey, what's going on, Sparky? How you doing, man? Yes, I got GJ on my other screen. I'm watching that right now. As far as gold, just gonna let it do its thing. Missed that entry, but it's all good. Gonna miss some every now and then. Indices, we're watching that as well, but they still got some work to do. We're still waiting on the retracement and retest. So depending on how it reacts to 13,730, 13,740, if it can continue to treat that as resistance, we can possibly look for sells. I had this buy set up here, but as we can see, that never happened. Instead of pushing continuing to the upside, it rejected that level. Let's delete that because we never entered these. But instead of breaking and holding, it rejected that level, and then it broke this level after the retest. So we're going to wait for the retest here or for price to break and hold this level. But unless price breaks up, depending on what the news does, we're going to be looking for sales on the daily time frame. I'm not going to say long-term sales yet, because it really depends on the price can break and hold 13,500 as a resistance. If it can do that, then possibly we can see the reversal and the downtrend begin. But that is the next strong support level that we have. But SPX and NAS are looking like possible sells for the day if we can hold those levels. SPX as well. Then we got GJ. Retesting this level here. We see it literally tapped this level and rejected. So we're going to see if we can hold this level right here. But I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if the GBP pairs kind of just play around until those news events pop off. Because we see here, this is moving a lot smoother than the GBP pair. So we might just look at EJ instead of GJ. So as long as it doesn't break this high, we're going to wait for the next 15. If we can hold this level, we might look for a buy on this. We are trying to climb up an imbalance though. So this would be a little bit of a higher risk, but this is a strong support level. And it's currently respecting that as a support level. So I can see us at least hitting 149.80. So we're going to see how this 15 ends. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up. So we're going to keep this on the other screen. We're going to keep an eye on EA on this main screen. All right, bam. So we put EA back on here. That thing pumping up. So it's about to hit our next target point. That should be nice and blue on this trade right here. I'm going to write up EJ too, just in case we do enter this. I'm going to post a disclaimer as well. So make sure to read the disclaimer. It's the same one I post every day. It might look like a huge paragraph on your phone screen, but it's just 11 sentences. So just take your time to read it. If you can't take your time to read 11 sentences, then you're going to be struggling with patience on the charts. To keep it real with you. We've got the new 5-minute that started. Let me see. 95. That's what we're going to do. All right, so I can't talk and type, so give me 1 second while I write this trade idea up. All right, cool. There's a win on this next 15. Give y'all a quick ASMR moment. But y'all want to contact me directly, make sure to hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way. I respond to all messages. So if you have questions about any of the subscription packages, which is the advanced play signal room, the course, the one-on-one sessions, you can hit me up asking about that. Or you just got questions about trading in general. I do answer questions. I have people hit me up all the time. And, I answer questions, help y'all out. Or I'll direct you to a video that I've already made that answers that question, like I was doing it live before. So definitely don't be shy. There's no such thing as a stupid question, because everybody's got their own learning curve. Everybody's, starting from, different points, especially with this trading game. But if y'all are interested in any of the packages, make sure to use code 1 year at checkout, because if we go to the free signal room here and we do a quick little scroll, I think we got to scroll a little bit more. Oh yeah, if you scroll up here, you'll see some more student results and receipts. This is May 20th. We can go over that, but I kind of want to try to find this really quick. So that's May 20th. You can look at that stuff yourself. I'm trying to find. And then this right here on the 18th, this is me showing y'all what I was talking about, how you can double your account. This was a little bit of extreme. Shout out to Sparky. This was a swing trade, but y'all can check that out also. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something else. Where is it? I feel like I passed it. Give me 1 second. It's easier to scroll on my phone. So let me try to find it really quick. Bear with me, y'all. Because the reason why I'm trying to scroll and find it is so y'all can go on y'all's screen and know exactly what to look at and where to go. So let me try to find it on my phone really quick. I know I posted it like last week, if I'm not tripping. So let me see if I can find it. And we went over on yesterday's live too, so I know it's a recent post. I just got to find what the date is. So bear with me 1 second, y'all. I'm still looking at my charts though. We're not missing out on anything. I'm just trying to find the link. So I don't know where that thing's at. Well, I can't find it. Oh well, it's in here somewhere. But if you click here, it'll take you almost there. But the reason why we want to use code 1 year is because a couple of days ago was the 1 year mark when the playbook started. But if you click this pin message, it'll take you damn near close to it. June 6th is just the month after. But you can see how we've been doing for over a year. TP's getting hit, high 80 to 90% win rates weekly, monthly, and quarterly for over a year. So just click that pin message in the free signal room and you can check that out for yourself. You can see here is a quick speed run, screenshots, entries, SLs, TP's getting hit, all that good stuff, screenshots, all that good stuff. So you can check that out as well. But EA is about to hit our next target point. We got about 5 seconds to the next 15. I'm still looking at EJ. So we're going to see what this next 15 is talking about. May 18 May. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to my screen. All right, cool. You said 18 May. Let me check that out. There's the 15th, 16th, 17th. 18th. No, it was like I had like scrolled to the top one day. I had like pinned it. But I might have missed it. But even here and scrolling now, it's going to take you to the top either way. So you see here, this is when the playbook started. That's why we're using code 1 year. But same thing. You scroll down here. So just hit the pin message in the free channel, and then I'll take you to a month before the first month. And then you scroll up, Telegram will take you to the very top. But I did have it pinned somewhere like a week ago, but I can't find it. We post a lot of stuff. So it kind of got lost in the sauce. But if it was on the 18th, I missed it. Shout out to you for telling me to check that out and trying to help me out. But I could have just scrolled past it at the same time. We're about to see if EA can hit this level. I'm still looking at EJ. It's doing a nice retest. We're going to see how he reacts off this retest, though. And you're saying, do I trade GU? I feel like you asked me that before or earlier this week, asked me the same exact question. But either way, I can answer that. I haven't traded it at all this year. We traded it a lot last year. There's no specific reason why I haven't traded GU. I've just, last year was me like really trying to make a point that this strategy works on any chart. So we was trading a lot of pairs. Like if you go to like last year, we was trading like 8 pairs some on certain days, some days, like just crazy stuff. Like that's not what I normally do. But there were some like the beginning. Those were here at the beginning. You already know we was going crazy back in the day. Like, but actually, No, it's a GJ trade. But yeah, it's nothing against GU. I just haven't traded it as of this year. But if you guys want any, I can look at it and give you my quick analysis on it. Like you see here, we call it EU this day. EU is just like GU, nothing too different. But you see here, we took like a bunch of different trades this day. But yeah, so I can do a quick look. Yeah, here's a GU trade. So yeah, I just haven't done it this year, but there's no reason against it. I just have a handful of trades, a handful of pairs I like the best, and I just trade off that. But looking quickly at GU, we are bearish, so I'd only be looking for sells. I would not be considering buys unless price can break and hold above around 1.2500, 1.2510. So I was going to look for a sell. I wait for a retracement at around 24.25, 24.20 price range, or I wait for price to break and hold below 23.6. If price even hits it where this wick's at, we could look for a possible sell at 24.70. It's at a decent position for a sell. Again, there's nothing against GU. I just personally haven't traded it at all this year, but it's at a decent position for a sell. So I might look at it today just because it's at a pretty decent position. So I personally wait for the retest and then see who can take these lows out here. And if it does what I'm projecting it to do, this would be a nice 1 to 4 risk reward, which is not bad at all. So I might actually look at this. I might actually pay attention to this pair. So shout out to you. Whether I entered or not, I'm still going to look at it. Let me pull up these other pairs really quick. And I see the other questions and comments. Give me 1 second. We'll get to that. All right, cool. So we're still struggling. We're almost there, though. We're doing a nice retest. We'll see if we can hit this candlestick. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. If I went past it, yeah, it's all good. But yeah, check the 18th because the 18th is when it's on there. No, not the code. I wasn't talking about if you were talking about the code, that's not what I meant. Yeah, I saw the code, but there was one message where I put the code, and if you clicked it, it would have took you all the way to the top. But yeah, the code was on the 18th. Yeah, and I have the code on all of these. So use the code, you get 25% off all packages. That's including the monthly, lifetime, and yearly. And that's also including the one-on-one sessions and the course. I'm not sure how long I'm going to hold the sell for, but we're going to be doing it for at least the end of this month because we just started it. So at least for a month, maybe. But definitely take advantage of that because, again, there's a lot of value in the free channel alone, but definitely in the advanced play signal room. And it's definitely worth the investment because if you just compare to other traders, like this ain't no shots to other traders, it's just facts. Their channels and groups, I've looked around, I've seen stuff. They're not posting as many trades as I post, let alone the TPs, be the amount of pips, let alone the risk reward. And then they be charging a lot more for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I have this affordable for most people. I know there's some countries where, the USD is kind of high. Well, at least the price here is kind of high. But for the most part, I want to say most countries is a pretty affordable price. And I want to say most of the members, if not all, make it back by the end of the month, if not more. And that's the whole goal, especially if, they follow the rules that I have in place. And it's just, you take it day by day. Like I said, I got that video, the 200 account flip challenge, and I got a video explaining how to double your account in 2 weeks. It's definitely possible. It just all comes down to patience, discipline, and simple math. You know what I'm saying? So we go into this channel here. Scroll. Here's some results and reviews from the Advanced Play Signal Room. This is one of my boys, Ryan. He joined this month. This is on the 20th. You can check this on the free center. He's already taken his own trades using the strategy, getting sniper entries, and making his money back that quick. But it's pretty. Like, I give you all the keys. Like, again, it's not gonna be you join and you're just gonna make money. You're gonna have to put some work in. Like, I'm never gonna make no promises. But what I can promise is all the tools are there. And if you lock in, you are going to make money and see results. Now, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're going to make X amount, this and that, because honestly, it depends on your account size. But I literally have all the keys in place, step by step in the channel. I have multiple pinned messages where the account size key to make sure that nobody's over leveraging or entering pairs that they shouldn't be entering. So this is based on your account size. I go from like $100 to like $5,000 and saying what pairs to or to not enter. I have other few pinned messages every day before New York. I give the price a watch list. So I'll also going over the trades we took during London, New York session. We go live during New York news. We're actually going live earlier today. And if you go into the free channel, actually, I show some previews and clips and snippets of, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold that thought. My bad, y'all. Give me a second. All right, so let's see how that closes. All right, cool. So give me 2 seconds, and then we're going to go back to what we was just talking about. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because I can't talk and type. So just give me 1 second. All right, cool. And if you go into the free channel, and if you scroll to, I believe this was last week. So if you scroll to, let me try to get this right. Yeah, so I think it was last week. So if you scroll to last week, I have some clips and snippets of the lives that me and the members were in. Let me just go to it really quick. Somewhere here. Bear with me, y'all. Here it is. So if you scroll to the 16th, all right, this was me breaking down after the news, basically the gold sell, explaining why we're looking for what we're looking for at one of our price levels. And sure enough, it played out exactly like that. And then, of course, we was calling sales the day before that, and then all this week and last week. So go to the 16th, you're going to see footage of that. And I think I dropped another thing. Well, I dropped the Sunday price watch list, but that's kind of still relevant too on the 14th. Check that out. But yeah, so let me catch up to these comments. Let me just look at these pairs right here. See what's going on. Yeah, so I'd rather look for sell here, but if it holds this level, I might go for this. This is just a little bit of a higher risk entry right there. We're gonna wait to see what the next 15 looks like. And then we're going to that right there. Cool. Give me 1 second, y'all. And I'm gonna catch you to the comments in a second. Yeah, so I wanted to see it get hit this 15, but we might have to wait for the next 15. But we're real close to my next target point, so I'm waiting to see if we can hit that. Let me catch up to these comments. What's going on, Fahad? I see you in here. Exactly. Rinse and repeat. Be prepared for retracement. Yep, exactly. Yeah, we're just chilling on this right here. So I'm still gonna be watching gold and indices, but they still got a little bit of work to do. SPX is at a possible entry point. It's a little bit of a high risk position. As far as everything else, like I said, the New Zealand pairs, I'm personally gonna leave alone for the day. That's just me though. And then the JPY pairs, I'm still going for buys until it breaks a few price levels. But NASDAQ SPX, depending on how it reacts, the levels they're currently at, and then the level above, whether it treats that resistance or not, we can look for possible sells for the day. But the news during FOMC can change that. As far as the other news events today, we got GBP in about an hour and 15, and then we got another GBP event at 9, and then at 2 is when the FOMC event pops off. We got the new 15 starting in about 30 seconds. And we're going to see what that looks like. Yeah, we're chilling right now, deep blue right now. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to subscribe. Next giveaway is going to be at 1,000 subscribers. We had our last giveaway at 500. But let's see what this next 15 looks like. Make sure to be following me on the bottom of your screen. Y'all should see it on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is Playmaker_way, excuse me. TikTok is Playmaker Way. Post daily on both pages. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. Once we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I plan on going live on there as well. And it's going to be outside of the London session. I got a lot of things planned with the TikTok lives. So help your boy out and make sure to hit that follow button. And if you're following my backup TikTok, if it doesn't have a profile picture of me and if it's the logo, you're following my backup TikTok. So make sure to follow my main TikTok because I got about 500 of y'all on my backup and 700 on my main. So if you're following my backup, I want to say at least maybe 100 of y'all might be following my backup. But if you're following my backup, follow my main account as well, if y'all don't mind. We got this new 15. Let's see what we're talking about. Let's zoom this out a little bit and see what's going on. Yeah, but this trade right here, nobody should be letting this trade go red. If y'all are still holding, make sure you have SL and profit, take partials, whatever y'all do. The next target point is going to be 64.20. Depending on how it reacts there, we could see a harsh rejection or retracement, but that's the next target point on there. Y'all missed a lot. I do recommend rewinding and watching from the beginning because we broke down a lot of pairs. We broke down a lot of stuff trading related. A lot of gems were dropped in this live. Make sure that first link in the description, join the free signal and free Telegram. If you're interested or curious on how to mark up these charts like this with these lines on your screen, how to identify these key price levels and or trade or take these trades on your own, hit the links in the description. Make sure you use the code 1YEAR. So the number 1 and then the word year, not the word 1, but the number 1. Like literally type 1, not ONE, but the number 1 and then year for 25% off all packages. That's including lifetime and yearly and monthly. We're going to go ahead and hop off. We're going to be back at it same time tomorrow, 3 a.m. EST London session. Members, like I said, we're going to be going live during F1C. I am going to drop a price watch list during New York session just in case, but we are going to be going live during that news event to see how it goes and what pops off. Let me just catch up to these comments, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, sir. I have to get TikTok. Yeah, just be careful. TikTok is it's the wild, wild west of social media. Like, if I didn't have this business, I would not be on TikTok. TikTok is one of them sites, man. It's just, you won't know. It's damn near like, like the fake dark web, like the surface level dark web. It's like that on some sides of TikTok. It's kind of, you don't know what you're going to run into on TikTok. But yeah, I'm going to be back at it tomorrow, same time. We out.